Well, I got through my first YouTube video. It is stressful. Even this right now, see, I'm stressed out. It's really hard to actually be yourself. And I feel like you get better content, or I believe that you would get better content if you could just be yourself. So the goal in what I'm doing is to be myself. So I imagine that this will get a lot easier. You know, sometimes putting yourself out there is necessary. So for the plans that I have and the goals I have for this place, I think that it's necessary. You know, I want this project to succeed. So I want to tell you about it. Anyways, for today's episode, what I'm gonna do is just do a tour of what I've done already. It is fall time. It's not really super beautiful or anything, but at least it'll give you an idea of the scale of the project and, you know, kind of what's already been done and the direction that I'm taking it as of right now. If there's time, I would like to still cut some new trail. Okay, well, enough of that. I'm gonna go suit up, throw the jean jacket on, and let's go cut some trail. Okay guys, I'm all suited up and we're ready to take a tour. I want to stop to show you this because money can't buy this. That was one of the first trees I dropped, and I was going to cut it up into firewood, and I just never got around to it. That like inspired me in the sense that as I developed the park, to take some of the trees and just let them lay to rest, just like this, because the life that comes from the decay is remarkable. I'm almost embarrassed of this area right now because fall is so ugly and I have to use it for storage, and it's hard to imagine this being park-like. But I assure you, in the summer, if you guys stick around, in the summer months, it is just beautiful. Eventually this will have some, you know, some gardens, and I got a bunch of different ideas. I'm not totally sure on the direction of everything quite yet, but you know, I may have you know, a nice park vibe where there's picnic tables and, you know, some garden features and room for people to kind of play around a little bit. This is the entrance to the trail system and the bulk of what I'm doing. This is where I want it incredibly beautiful. So if you can imagine, this will be an entrance. So I'll eventually have some sort of perhaps pergola to walk under to enter, and these will be ponds, and I want to have fountains. A nice grand entrance to the park. Still a diamond in the rough, still very messy. This is a very large-scale project for one person, so it will take time, but it is taking shape, and it's been really enjoyable to kind of see that. And I've had various people walk what's done now, and they love it, and it's not even close to what I want it to be. So this is the main trail. We're gonna go that way. This is gonna be a pond also, with hopefully a fountain. This whole area is I want to have power in here in some way. I don't know whether I'll do solar or bring power in. We'll cross that road when we get there, but I want to have night lighting and have night forest walks through here. hangout area kinda before you get onto the trail system. And then big plans for a bird aviary in here. And the trail we were just working on the other day, because we want it to flow very nicely. We don't want any having to turn around and walk back and experience what you've already experienced. We want to keep going. So here we go up in here. Here is where the wood pathway, or the wooden pathway, is going to begin. Across that section up there. That's going to be all wooden walkways all through there. Fall really is not the best, like this late in fall anyways, isn't the best time to really showcase the progress, but it gives you an idea of what's been done. I spent my my first year really just surveying it, walking it, finding the best spots for things, and like a lot of planning. And if you want it to really, if you want it to be the best it can be, it does take planning. You don't just jump out there and just start cutting trails and drag. You got to really walk your property and get a lay of the land. Like in this particular property, it is wet. We have a lot of marsh, which is great for doing a project like this, but it's not good for if you want to build and do things like that. You got to bring in fill. It's a little bit pricey. It's all possible. I did it. It's just it's a little bit pricier, and there's things you got to consider. This is going to be, this whole area is going to be cleaned out, cleared, and it's going to be a really nice, clean, spacious forest vibe. This is, I'm thinking this is temporary. Don't mind the mess, the chairs there, free chairs I got. But this is kind of proof of concept, really. I had stuff laying around, some wood, and I really wanted to get to enjoying a tree platform. I always wanted one. So I built this, but as I developed, like I really want to build this for public use in some degree. I don't know what way that's going to go, but I do want to bring the public in here. So I can't just build things. You can really get yourself in trouble if you're doing that, because if somebody gets hurt or anything like that, you don't have a leg to stand on. So what I'm planning on doing is, this is for me to enjoy. People aren't allowed up there. I use it, but later I want to have engineered you know, welded steel platforms like this, have an engineer design it so it's safe and people can use it legally and enjoy it. Now this area has a lot of very strong old growth of what is it, hemlock. That actually is a hemlock, and they can live 600 years. They are an amazing tree, and they're strong giants. So it would be cool to do kind of like a treetop adventure type thing in here, just in this section, but we will see what happens. You know, all this stuff takes money and time and energy, so we got to kind of use it sparingly. So the main trail actually continues this way. Right now I have, in this direction, there's feeders set up for attracting deer and other wildlife. Oh, look at that. What is that? That is a woodpecker. I forget the name of them. They're the large woodpeckers. The red feather on the back of the head. Oh, partridge. Always give you a heart attack. They don't decide to fly away until you're almost stepping on them. But we'll take it. So this section kind of is like a, so I wanted to do it so you had easier trails and kind of longer trails. So this here, I'm going to set that down. This loops around and goes back. But for those that want to kind of keep going and experience the whole park, we're going through there and way back there. And you know what? I think for the sake of just seeing everything, we're gonna have to do it. It's long, and for those of you who are watching the full video here, you can fast forward through some of this. And then when I come back, I'll walk through that section. All right, let's do it. The fresh air, the tranquility, the color, the colors, the life, even the decay is really does something to you. So this is another whole section which is hardly touched by me right now. I just have small trails for accessing it and doing surveys and couple of different directions that I'm thinking I could take this project. But regardless, I'm doing it. I'm making it a beautiful place. I love this spot. So as you can see, we have a lot to work with. Oh, look at that, guys. This is moose. That is a moose. Moose print. Oh, can you see the, let me see, can you see the hoof mark? That is a beast. We are approaching the back of my property. Probably about 100 feet that way is the back. So this is where I've begun to loop it. So now we're starting our trek back. And then we got everything in between to play around with eventually. Okay guys, I'm gonna cut this here for now, and I'll start it up when I get back. Still here. No thieves out here. All right. So let's continue. So this is where the trail will wrap around. And what we're approaching here is another small clearing. This clearing is going to be another little sitting area. Nice green grass, park benches, picnic tables, a place where you can really relax. Another feature, there'll be something here. And this is where the bird watching bridge will start. So if you can imagine, you walked here, you got here, it's kind of a nice little place you've discovered. You know, birds all in here, nice place to chill. And this is what I was talking about, like we got to cross that wet marsh. So from here, somewhere in here, we're gonna build a nice up bridge, like go up and straight across. Now that's gonna be a big project, but it will be worth it, and it will be a feature to this place, I'm sure, because I have high hopes for the bird watching in here. Already in this area where I am, there are bird watching areas pretty close by because of the varieties and things like that. So I'm excited to see that one come to fruition. Okay, we got to keep going. So what we're gonna see is where this connects to the section we worked on in episode 1, where I was trying to go through that mossy section. So this is all nice hiking in here, nice trails, especially once we get to run a couple through here, flatten everything out, make it an easy walk. Right now it's a hike. I want it to be a nature walk, maybe with sections deeper, maybe a little, oh definitely actually sections deeper. We'll do kind of more hiking vibe, a little bit more untouched, you know, kind of trying to give a little bit of, you know, something for everyone. Look at these cedars. Eastern white cedar. This might start looking familiar, because in episode 1, this is what we were trying to tie into. Look at that giant spruce. And another thing about these trees is they grow incredibly straight. And that is one of the reasons they are a favorite in lumber production. And they're softwood. There's another one. From what I've learned, it seems that the black spruce grows in harsh environments. It seems to be so resilient that it can grow in some of the harshest environments. And look, it's not even doing particularly well. This is one of the things that's amazing with this tree, is this tree looks like it's lacking something, but it does not stop its growth. An amazing tree. Okay, so this is where we connected in the last episode. There's our little bird feeder. Another beautiful section. Look what I spotted. Tinder polypore. That's that's what I call it, or that's one of the names to call it. Look, it's littered with it all the way up. That's one of the names for it. I'm not familiar with the Latin names for things too much, but I like the name Tinder polypore because one of the things I read, where that came from, was apparently there was a caveman found holding this mushroom, and it was believed that he was using it for fire tinder. And here we can break one of these off. This tree's littered, and you can kind of see how dense and dry. And one of the things I found particularly interesting about that is that they grow mainly, at least from what I understand, on birch. Now, why is that interesting? Birch bark is commonly used for fire starter, right? It's like nature's paper. So in a survival situation, if you find yourself a birch tree, you don't only have paper, you have tinder. Like, how incredible is that? Like, you know, it begs the question, is this designed? Beautiful. Oh, gotta grab that. Okay, let's continue to walk. And then we just looped around, and here is the mossy section. Okay, well, we've essentially toured everything that's been done so far. An interesting thing about moss that doesn't really have a root system for nutrients, from what I understand. It actually gathers everything it needs from the air. So again, making it extremely resilient. Okay, we did it. Did a tour, and it's a hike. When it's rough like this, when it's or sorry, not really groomed, it is a hike. And I'm also wearing some chainsaw pants, which I wanted to address actually, because in some of my videos I'm watching, I'm like, man, it looks like I'm like out here like an animal and not really taking safety. Hair is total here. Taking safety into consideration, but that's not actually true. I wear my chainsaw pants underneath my pants. So yeah, it looks like I'm wearing jeans. I'm not. I have Husqvarna chainsaw pants underneath. You'd never want to run a chainsaw without that. And I'll show you the wounds on my chainsaw pants. It does happen. I have probably 3 marks where I've cut into my leg, or potentially cut into my leg, and the pants saved me. So if you're out running a chainsaw, you know, you don't do it like a cowboy. You do safety, and it doesn't always look the best. So you come creative ways. I wear jeans underneath, or sorry, jeans over top. You know, nothing wrong with wanting to, you know, look all right. You know, we want to look good, feel good, and enjoy it. So yeah, I don't typically wear gloves. Probably should. Sometimes I do, but personally I like it better without gloves. Okay, so that took longer than I thought it was going to take. So I only got about 6 minutes left on this SD card. I obviously need to invest in some better hardware. So I'll be doing that, don't you worry. Okay, this has been bothering me. So I've decided to come down to the entrance here, and I want to remove this eyesore. So that's what I'm going to work on quickly on this video. All right, let's do it. Get and go! It should never feel like work running a chainsaw through a piece of wood. To push when running a chainsaw. That's a good tell that it's a dull blade. Guys, I'm having all kinds of problems today. My card's been filling up, and my battery died right in the middle of a shot that I thought I was taking, and I spent like 10 minutes on, and I got nothing. So, man, I am I am sweaty. That is a lot of work. That hike was long, and you know, it's amazing how good exercise it is, just getting outside and running the chainsaw, hike, you know, working on some trail. Like, if you got some property or anything like that, like, you may as well do that instead of going to the gym, or instead of getting some some gym equipment. Waste your money on that. Go accomplish something. Go do a project in your yard. You know, work in your yard. Like, it's amazing how it feels like I did a workout. But anyways, yeah, this is going to conclude this video. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.